Hey guys, Otaku here, and I wanted to talk about My Hero Academia Season 2, and it's more like an impressions video, and also talking about things that I like that are so far happening, and actually only things that I like. So far, there's nothing that I could say that would try to convince me to tell you guys to not watch it. So far, it's a full-on, like, just go watch it. That's if you wanted a short impressions video, that's what it would be. Just watch it. If you like season 1, you're gonna love season 2. It's already starting off really good off the bat. So I'm just gonna get into some tidbits that I noticed that they were doing in the show. One of the things that I really liked was that it just continued where it left off. I mean, they had an episode 14 technically, does like a flashback or explains like a retelling of what happened in season 1, kind of like a reminder. So it's really cool that they did that because it allows people who maybe don't have time to catch up with season 1 to just jump right in. That video pretty much explains what happens in season 1. But of course, if you want to get all the detail, you can go back and watch it. But you can actually join your friends and watch the show and know what's going on. The second thing that I really like about the show so far is that they're right away continuing where they left off on the first season. So there's not like a wondering what happened in between the gaps, nothing like they're skipping over. No, it's like straight up what happened right after. And you get to follow the characters to see a little bit of the outcome of what happened. And but I don't really want to go into detail because I want you guys to go watch that episode. It's actually pretty good. Like I said, if you saw season 1 and you liked it, you got to go watch it right now. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should, like, even I gave you permission, leave this video, go watch it. Yeah, they just continue where they left off. So that's something that I really enjoyed so far. The third thing that I really liked is that they did some like little sprinkles within the episode of what's up to come. So kind of like things that you can expect that are going to happen. So for example, you learn a little bit more about All Might and a little bit more about his problems, but you also learn a little bit more about what his power is and where it came from. And that's something that's really exciting because, you know, I thought that All Might was where we were gonna just leave off. You know, I didn't think we were gonna go back in the day, you know, where his power like came from. And I hope they go a little bit more into that, but they kind of tease that a bit with a certain individual in the show. Another thing that I also like is that they're gonna do this, this has already been clarified. The second that season 2 was announced, they had already clarified that they were going to do like kind of like a sports festival kind of thing. So the way they compared it in the show is they compared it to like the Olympics. I don't see it like the Olympics. Then again, I haven't read the manga or have I any knowledge about how this event is going to go on. I'm where you guys are at. So the way I think it's going to work is I think it's going to be kind of like the fairy tale games that happen throughout that arc where different groups compete against each other. So that's something that's really interesting. I hope they do something similar like that. But there's also a lot of pressure that they put on the main character because it's kind of like, you know, this is where people see the upcoming heroes and they don't want the villains to think that the upcoming heroes aren't strong or ready to take over, you know, the old school guys who are currently like the pros, you know. So I kind of like that topic that they brought up. But so far, I love the show so far. The first episode obviously doesn't tell everything, but something else that they're doing that I really like is that they're actually going to do 25 episodes this time around. So actually 25 eps. And this is one of the things I talked about in my review for the show, if you haven't seen it yet. The thing is that the last show was 13 episodes. And because of that issue, and I see it as an issue personally, it's that they can't really go that into characters. For the good thing about the show is that it was good enough for me to want to keep watching and learn more about it. Which also goes back to how the UA Sports Festival is gonna help kind of like show you the players' abilities, the characters' abilities, see what they're about, maybe get some background story. And like I said, going back to what I just said when I started this conversation, 25 episodes. That is more than enough for amazing character building, and they're introducing new characters. So, and maybe we could get more explanation about the League of Evil or whatever it's called. And that's something that I also criticized in the review I did, which is, you know, villains are very important to a show about heroes, wouldn't you think? And we didn't really learn that much about them. We learned that they exist. We learned about who are some of the main ones that are villains, but we didn't really learn all too much about it. And that's something that I hope gets more covered in this season but I also want to see some character building. And since this is a whole like festival kind of thing, this is going to be an arc, probably involving a lot of character development and plot development, because we already know what the whole most, or at least the majority of the season might be about, as they said earlier, that it's going to be revolving around this festival. So overall, the season looks like it's going to be really good. And yeah, this season of anime has got me pretty excited. I still need to catch up on last season, but yeah, this has been 8-Bit Otaku. Jana! Also, guys, I just really quickly wanted to mention that I am also working on a review, so don't think that that April Fool's thing or this video is just all I'm gonna do. Nope, I'm still doing reviews. The next video coming up is gonna be Blue Exorcist, and I got a lot to say about that anime, especially because I really like it. And just because I like it doesn't mean it's gonna cloud my way of viewing it. I got some things to say, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I hope you guys subscribe, and anyways, 8-Bit Otaku. Jana.